Cool. All right. So with the recording, within the next day or so, I'm gonna send you the recording as well.
Okay.
But the way I'm gonna send it is, uh, I'm gonna record it and I'll post it onto YouTube, but it'll be
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube, but as unlisted. So only you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
Um, and only you'll be able to see it, or if you share the link with someone. Once
All
I get everybody fully on board and got everybody's email address, I'm going to not do it that way. They're still going to be on YouTube, but you'll only be able to access it if your email. So, you know what I mean? Like only you will be able to access your recordings.
right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But for right now, till I get everybody into the system and pretty much like during this pilgrimage process, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it like this just because it's easier and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I want to thank you because you're one of the only people that followed directions with the grant writing stuff and actually sent your resume.
Wow.
So thank you for that.
No
Um,
problem. Problem.
and it's like folks is on board and want to do it, but the actual follow direction part is where people fall short. Is they want to have a conversation with me and tell me what they could do, you know what I mean? And it's like I can hear it, but I got 99 things, you know what I'm saying, on my plate. So it's easier to go back and just actually look at what a person is on paper and then help them craft from there.
Mm-hmm.
And not just in regards to the grant writing stuff, you know what I mean? It's like um it's that, but it's so much more.
For
So let me begin by asking you to give me um like let's role play a little bit, right?
Okay.
As if you don't know me, right? And
Mm.
tell me what you know about what we're doing. And if that's from you speaking from the Grace Bible standpoint, from Grace Mentorship standpoint, like however you came into this space, uh, with understanding, I don't know how long you've known of me because ultimately you could have been in post Trump and seen me 10 million times. It's just our first time actually interacting, you know what I mean? So I don't
Mhm.
know how, where everybody's intersection with me coming into the picture comes in.
Yeah.
But if you can explain to me what you know, and then that'll help me direct where our conversation goes and any gaps I need to fill in for you.
Okay. All
And
right.
you don't have to be super long, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever you got.
Mm-hmm. Like about just telling somebody about this platform, basically.
Yeah, and what we're doing. If you want to talk about smart futures, if you just shoot your load.
All right. So basically when I joined this group, specifically like the Grace Mentor stamp, it was off of being able to teach and learn generational wealth for your family and help build like a family legacy, not just your own individual thing. Of course, you're going to do that, but also longevity for your children and the ones around you. So it's basically teaching you different tools and tactics to use to gain financial literacy and to apply those into your day-to-day life. And then with the Smart Futures platform, that's when you're learning about how to build up communities that's like been in poverty and that have been having like a slow growth. And the Smart Futures program is teaching you how to go in and help redevelop these neighborhoods that have been lacking in certain resources and things like that.
Mhm.
So that's pretty much like the overall gist. I feel like my perspective of those two.
Okay, cool. Um, so you got it pretty good. Um, you're pretty much spot on. Um,
Mhm.
so so me, right? Uh, I don't know how much you know of my who I am, my background, and how I landed in this space and place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just bringing you back and give a quick my life story a little bit. uh, but the short version.
Mm-hmm.
So me, I haven't lived with my parents since I was like 13 or 14 years old. Uh uh and I just been here figuring it out, you know what I mean? Um around the way, with just my neighborhood family.
Mm-hmm.
I I spent a lot of time in juvenile placements as a youngster, correctional facilities, and back of a police car is where I grew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh I um I got sentenced to a lot of time in prison around like at 19 years old. And um what would the equivalent of about 20 years is what I had.
Dang.
Uh I didn't do 20, I did 7, uh, and came home and was still the same old me. And within a year of coming home, I got shot 12 times.
Well,
Excuse me. um, but in that space of time, I came home and I did I was basically burning the candle at both ends. So I came home, and at the time when I came home from jail, if you was on parole, if you didn't have a job, they made you do what was called day reporting. So I had to go to a day reporting center. So for a couple months, like I um I s- I escaped it, right? So I would go if my appointment was, for my June appointment, I would go and show them that I didn't show up. I didn't make my appointment yesterday, but I have a paper from a funeral home. My aunt died, so they give me another appointment for next month. And so I just kept, coming up with excuses to the point where at one point I didn't have an excuse, so I just called 911 on the morning that I needed to go to the place, and ambulance came and got me, took me to the hospital, and I'm having an asthma attack. I stayed in the hospital all day that day, went back to the people and was like, yo, here go my release papers from the hospital. You know what I mean? Give me another appointment for next month. So then I had to show up. When I actually did show up, the lady was like, yo, you lucky you came in here this time because like I literally talked to your parole officer 2, 3 days ago. And they said if you don't get in here, you know what I'm saying, you going back to jail. Uh so I just escaped that by the skin of my teeth.
mm-hmm.
Um and my thing was, like when I went to jail for some stuff I went to jail for some stuff that I actually didn't do. But it was enough stuff that I did do and enough stuff in my jacket and my background that it was just like I actually looked at it at that time. It was like 20 years. I'm still getting off good. You know what I mean? Based on
Mm-hmm.
what we was doing. So uh the lady looked at my jacket and was just like, listen. So I asked her, I said, what do I have to do to not have to come here? And she said, get a job. So my next question was, like I'll pay you to just say I got a job, you know what I mean? And I'll pay you not to have to come here. She was like, yo, brother, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got enough money for that. I'm like, miss, maybe I do. Let's talk about it. And she was like, you got all the moves and everything. You think you could teach a class? So no, so what happened first was she said, get a job. So I said, is y'all hiring? And she said, here, fill out the application. When I filled out the application, she looked at me and she said, like, her exact words was, nigga, you could read. And I was like, yeah, miss, like, what you thought I couldn't? And she was like, no, but like you're very intelligent. Like I'm looking at your tests and your assessments and what I mean, just like how you ended up getting out of jail. She was like, you understand the system. So she took me in the classroom. I taught a class, uh, and I was like, what do you want me to teach? And she was like, you took all of this shit to get out of jail. Like everything that we teach in here, you went through all of this stuff to get out. So just go in there and teach it. Pick something. So I went in there and taught. And at the end of it, she was like, well, you got to be here anyway. So what about you just come and just teach the class? Because there's nothing that my instructors could teach you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could teach them some shit. So long story short, I ended up working for them for like 5 months for free, just as a volunteer. And that's where, like I got bit by the bug of, like, yo, wait a minute, like I could actually do this and help people too. So I ended up getting on like contracts with the Department of Justice, Department of Labor, and it just opened up a whole bunch of doors for me. But at the same time, I was still in the streets and still doing my regular one too. So while I was working there, that's when I ended up getting shot. The last time I got shot. So I've been shot 13 times, but the last time I got shot 12 times. Uh Fast forward, out of a coma, out of a wheelchair, back up walking and still doing my thing. And I made some pretty good money doing some legal stuff too. Uh
Mm-hmm.
and now kind of fast forward to right now, for the past few years, I've been what's called a commercial corridor manager for the Department of Commerce for my city. I stepped out of that role, but before I did, um, I was on the one of the executive directors of a organization called Northwest Community Land Trust Corporation. So I'm on the board of directors for a land trust. And I used to meet with the president of the land trust, who's actually my mentor, guy named John Churchville, Dr. John Churchville. He's like 82 years old. And one day we was meeting and he said, young brother, listen, I'm tell you, for where you going in life and what we see with you, like it's gonna be a long time before you get there in the route that you're taking. You need to create a C. You need to tell me I need to think about creating a CDC. So that's a community development corporation. So I said, well, I don't gotta think about it much, bro. You my OG. Like told me this what I need to do. You know what I mean? I just need to do it. And his next words were, I thought you would say that. Um, and don't forget, I'm your lawyer. So check your email. I'm about to send you all of the paperwork for your CDC. I've already created it for you. So let's just go in and make sure all the language in there is what you want. And we're gonna go through it word by word and redact some stuff, change some stuff, make it what you want. And here you go. I just need you to just, make sure that you continue what you're doing and, get busy. And you got, my support, full support, my wife, and, the whole team. So that's how Smart Futures Community Development Corporation was born. Now, what a community development corporation is a basically an entity that's goal is to do exactly what it's called, community development. But
Mm-hmm.
most of the time, folks do it as a nonprofit. We have not um, crossed that threshold to where we want to become a nonprofit as yet. So we're a for-profit entity, but we act as a community development corporation slash design firm. With that, I'm also I teach planning at well, not currently I'm not teaching planning. I've taught planning at University of Pennsylvania, um, and community development, different classes that I've done with the university. And now what we're looking to do is take smart futures out of the realm of just physical, tangible things that I'm doing with businesses and communities in Philadelphia and make it larger and go across the country. Now,
Mm-hmm.
in doing so, I am the Philadelphia program director for an organization called the Black Achievement Fund. The Black Achievement Fund, the website is www.baf.solutions. Please check them out when you get a second.
Mm-hmm.
The model of the Black Achievement Fund is to reach our community through financial impact, financial solutions. And one of those solutions is the goal of getting 10 million Black people donating $9 a month, which would equal $90 million a month and over $1 billion a year that will be redirected, recirculated back within the Black community. One of the
Mm,
things that we've done over the past few months alone, we've got more than 5,000 members worldwide. Uh, so we're a far cry from the 10 million. All right, we only got 5,000. But with that 5,000 members, we've taken less than 100, so about 62 or 67 members have donated money outside their $9 a month to, and we were able to purchase 6 acres of land in Toomsboro, Georgia.
mm,
When we purchased the 6 acres, the Black Achievement Fund's president, Mr. Arki Hodges, he and his wife purchased another 12 acres, 6 acres on each side, on the left and right of us. So we basically have 18 acres that so him and his wife bought the 12 acres and donated that back to the Black Achievement Fund. So in essence, those 67 people were able to garner 18 acres, and then a couple people bought their own individual acres. So it's over 20 acres that is Black Achievement Fund land. Next to that land, we were able to close on like another 94. And bear with me with the numbers because I've got some stuff going to South Carolina and North Carolina with land too. So I'm thinking it's 94 or 97. I can't remember.
mm,
Um, and the goal is to create a new Kemet retreat. We just broke ground on the first actual structure. Now, the cool thing about the Black Achievement Fund is this, is all of the documents, all of the processes that we have to complete in order to do this, Black Achievement Fund members have access to the whole blueprint. For example, I've got a young lady that I'm helping her close on 45 8 45 acres, 40 it's 43 acres in South Carolina. She's actually buying 45, but 2 of the acres are like actual road. So it's not farmable land, it's not land that you could actually build a house on. It's actually street that's within the 45 acres. So it's 43 acres of soil. But the thing is, she just became a Black Achievement Fund member. So now all the architectural drawings for the houses that we're creating, all those things she has access to. And that's going to drastically reduce all of her soft costs with her having to go find engineers, go find architects, and all of those things because we're creating the blueprint. So it's one of those things like we're building a plane as we're flying it, but we're great builders and we got great pilots too. So that's how the Black Achievement Fund ties into what we're doing. The thing with Grace Stamp and how all of this has a great synergy with what Derek and I are doing in this community is there's a ton of people here that want to homeschool. There's a ton of people here that have a desire to, you know, like I want to get a compound. I want my family to live off the land. I want to do this. I want to do that. And all of those things is great, sound good, it's sexy, it's great for when you posted it on social media, you talk to your family, you at dinner talking about it, but most of the folks don't know where to start. And that is where Smart Futures is stepping in and saying, okay, y'all in this community, but running adjacent to this community, we can look at all of the things that Derek has with the teaching tools, but Derek has the teaching tools, but he not actually out here doing it with you. So with Smart Futures and my partnership with him, it's like we're going to build your Grace Bible. We're going to build this community, but in actual fact, we can actually build some shit in the real world as well. One of those things is, as a Smart Futures initiative, we want to do the grant writing. And I know that you already expressed interest in that.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking to do is get the folks that want to be active and want to get busy and really um have the headset, the mindset, and the work ethic to do it. Let's come together and let me show motherfuckers how to do it. I
Mm-hmm.
think I got all the answers, but I got a fucking pretty whole bunch, a lot of them. And I have singularly myself a lot of really dope relationships, with folks that um is super on board with what the plan is, the larger plan for the Black community and our individual communities. But the way that you grow community better, faster, and make them more resilient is that if you build it with the people that are in the neighborhood. So for example, like we could be in Nashville and take a messed up area in Nashville and go buy a couple properties and build some shit, right? Build a little park, a commercial place, a farmer's market. But the community in Nashville, if we just come in there and do it and don't involve them, the little youngsters are still gonna come by and put spray paint on our walls. You know what I mean? The homeless folks are still gonna, break in the back door every chance they get. But if we built it with them, had their input, they're going to treat it differently, take care of it as its own, as if it's their own. And when they see somebody, doing some fuckery, they're gonna step in when we don't have to. And that's the thing with the Black Achievement Fund, where when you become a Black Achievement Fund member, and I'm telling you this intentionally, but I'm not trying to sell you on the Black Achievement Fund because I feel like that like-minded Black folk that get it. Once they go look and do the homework for themselves, you know what I'm saying, they come back to me like, yo, how do I get down with this shit? Because this is something different. So I don't need to sell you on it, but I'll give you an example. In Atlanta, we have a thing called the Kemet Club. When you're a Black Achievement Fund member, for your $9, you immediately get access to uh, um, the website, right? So when you go on the Black Achievement Fund, there's a members only section. You'll get a password to the members only section. When you get that password, it's going to give you the password for the door of the actual building and the address that you can get in your car and drive there right now. Push the passcode in, open the door, get a cup of coffee, have a birthday party for your son. Like this yours too. And it's from the general consensus of something that uh Sister Asada Shakur said happened when she was doing a free breakfast program in Oakland with the Black Panther Party, right?
Mm-hmm.
She seen a young fella taking and putting some stuff in some bread or some cookies or something in his pocket. And she grabbed him and told him, like, yo, young brother, you ain't got to do that. Like, you ain't got to steal it from yourself. Like, put it back on the table. Like, it's yours. If you want another one, get another one. If you want to take two, three home to your little brothers, just let me know. I'll bag them up for you. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing here that you can steal from yourself. This is all your shit. And that's where the Black Achievement Fund, how we move and group. That as long as you come in and take care of this shit like it's yours, it's ours, but it's yours. So we purchasing the
Mm-hmm.
land, like the land is yours too. The and where we have the ability for members to actually purchase land and like build a house, and they don't have to live at the house, you know what I mean? But the revenue that comes back from it is theirs as an individual. So we have all of those designs and plans in place and the models.
Mm.
The thing is, with the Black Achievement Fund, there's things that's in the Kemet Club that you can purchase. For example, there's art on the wall. And if you went in there, if you became a Black Achievement Fund member tomorrow, and you went there and you saw a painting of Jackie Robinson on the wall, you wanted it. All you gotta do is just go over to it, lift it up off the wall, and walk out the door with it. It's no cashier, no cash register, nothing here. You look it up, see what the price is, and send us the money. Like you can't steal from yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's yours already. You just, you know what I mean, putting the money back in the kitty for this thing of ours. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the premise of what we're doing with the smart futures as well. So let me slow down and get your feedback.
Yeah, I feel like everything you just said is really it's amazing. The mindset behind everything like that, like I feel like that's what communities have been missing for some time because like I remember like I grew up in Illinois, so I grew up in like the Chicago area and North Chicago, like the suburbs. So I got like the best of both worlds. Um,
Mhm.
and I remember people coming into like the neighborhoods in Chicago building stuff, but nobody was being included. And I've seen like some of my friends, busting in and, just kind of like really tearing up stuff. So the mindset of like the churches, they used to come and have people, have us do certain things, paint on the ground and stuff like that. And I do remember like a deep appreciation for that. You didn't want nobody to mess that up. You want to protect that area.
Right.
So that makes sense. And when you're developing a community, get people in the community together to actually help build, and it will teach us different things and different outlooks of life instead of just the regular hustle and bustle keep going. You get a deeper sense of gratitude and stuff like that, which I feel like is needed in our communities. So I think
Hmm.
that's really really dope. So
Okay. Cool. So look, this is what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna share screen real quick,
okay.
and I'm gonna show you. I don't even know what this is. Playing by. Okay. You know what? I don't want to get rid of that. I don't want to get rid of that. No, you know what? You see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play a video, right?
Okay.
Uh, all right.
Set on a picture-perfect acreage just outside of town.
Huh.
Airport Industrial.
All right. So I'm gonna play this video, but I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna stop it a couple times throughout, just to give you context for what you're looking at, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while you're looking at it, when we get done, I'm going to uh uh wait a minute, what order should I do this in? Um, I'm going to ask you, where do you see yourself fitting into smart futures? And I'll give you an
Okay.
example. There's a young lady that's in the group. Her name's Derica. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of her one-on-one, she is now the director of communications for Smart Futures. But what I asked her to do was, knowing her strengths, knowing where she wants to fit in and what she's got going on in life, what is the role that she sees herself fitting into? Now, she didn't say to me director of communications. That is what
Mm-hmm.
we landed on once we unpacked, what her whole thing was. But once we had the director of communications, then she wrote me a bio for herself and allowed her to, well, not allowed her, I'm allowing everyone to create their own job description. So if it's director of marketing or whatever it is, I'm saying, make the job description and make your salary. Now,
Mhm.
the salary part is the is the tricky part, in as much as I've got someone whose salary is 75 to 90,000 a year, right? I'm not paying 75 to $90,000 a year, but when we're writing these grants and creating this new avenue of smart futures, when we're applying for things or as we're building the thing, to be able to say that we have the infrastructure, we have this person in place that can do these different things, it makes it more tangible. And you know that, um, and I'm gonna just use you because you homeschool. So I'm gonna just go to the homeschooling part, right? You know that, okay, you're homeschooling extraordinaire, and that is Ja is in the education department for Smart Futures, but when it comes to homeschooling. So whatever that role is, I'm looking for people to step in, knock down your role. But as you knock it down, your role for Smart Futures, we're going to be building out your individual thing too. So it's not that you're doing it for Smart Futures. That's your role in Smart Futures, but you have your own education component that when Smart Futures is rolling stuff out, this is the job curriculum. And now we're selling that and amongst different things. So just all coming together to work together to build a thing. And now only thing you got to do is just bring your area expertise.
Mhm.
Just think about it along those lines as you're watching this.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to see on here, this is North Carolina, Elizabethtown, North Carolina, and the county is Bladen County, right? And I can share with you a future land use plan for Bladen County, uh, so that you'll see what it is that the actual city and city government and elected officials, like where they're putting their money at in this town. And this industrial park is a large part of that. So I'm
Okay.
gonna press play. But remember, I'm gonna pause every now and again.
Okay.
Park is located on Highway 87 bypass in Elizabethtown, North Carolina.
So this is a map, and I'm just gonna walk you through what you're looking at on the maps when you see them. So everything here that's in yellow is for sale. All right.
Mhm.
I'm circling it with my mouse. What you see over here, you see where my mouse is over to the right hand side?
Yeah.
All right. That right there is the airfield. So this is a runway. Airplanes can land right here. Right.
Mhm.
Now, this area right here is cleared land. So this is farmable land. Over here to the
Mhm.
left, see how this is clear right here?
Yeah.
That's cleared land. But when you look to the bottom left-hand corner, it's how it's gray, it's darker.
Mhm.
These are trees. Okay. So
Okay.
this is no trees. This is trees. This is airfield, right? This is the green. The dark green is basically showing you grass. All right. So green space. This blue is water.
Mhm.
So lakes and just bodies of water. Now, see this purple line right here?
Yeah.
All right. So when you have this purple line is I'm at the corner. I'm gonna outline what I own. So on here, I own from here. I'm squaring it out. This square right there, this rectangle right here,
Mhm.
right? So this part right here is already cleared for farming. There's soybeans growing here, and this is all trees. Now, when you go right next to me, This is my cousin. This is another cousin. You know what I'm saying? All the way down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is my part that's cleared. This is my cousin's part that's cleared. This is my part that's trees. This is my cousin's part that's trees. This is my other cousin's part that's trees. This is my other cousin's part that's trees. This is my other cousin's part that's trees. But the farmable part, this is, you know what I mean? Like we're actually growing corn down in this area and soybean
Naya,
all the way down here.
give me a moment. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. So I just wanted to pause here just so you can see what you're looking at. So when they're in the video, when it talks about available parcels that are for $6,000 a parcel, this may be lot number 13. I don't got my glasses on, so I can't see. But this might be like 70 acres of land right here. All right. So you can buy the whole 70, or you could say, hey, I only want 10 acres of the 7. You know what I mean? At $6,000 acre. So if you took this part right here and just purchased that, you could buy that from them. Like it's just surveying it and just cutting off your piece of it. So you don't have to buy the whole thing. All right.
China.
Right.
The Elizabethtown Industrial Park has approximately 235 developable acres priced at only $6,000 per acre for qualifying industries. Available lot sizes range from 2 acres to 70 acres. The park has 4 lanes.
So when I was showing on the other one, where I was showing that there was water, this is that body of water right here. This is a major highway. This is Highway 87, right? This is the industrial park.
Lane access to Interstate 95, which is just 27 miles away. The North Carolina Port of Wilmington is just 54 miles away. The industrial park is contiguous to the Elizabethtown Municipal Airport.
This is the airport and the runway that I was showing.
Located at Curtis Brown Field, the airport boasts a 5,000-foot runway which will accommodate most corporate jets. In addition to the airport, this unique industrial park community has assets that set it apart from any other industrial park. With safety and emergency response being so important to industry today, local government had the foresight to locate the county's emergency medical services in the...
So this is important in as much as in buying land and understanding where you are, that because there's an airport here, the county put emergency services right here. So you have fire and a fire, ambulances, everything, like literally right around the corner from
the industrial park. In the event of an accident, emergency responders are only minutes away. Also, the park features...
This is that same lake that I showed you, but this is a winery that's on the premises. And right now they're actually building a 3,000 seat amphitheater over here as well right now.
There's a winery with beautiful grounds, a restaurant, conference area, and lodging on site. Elizabethtown is currently developing a park with walking trails around the beautiful spring-fed Vineyard Lake, which is the incredible centerpiece of the development. Land in the park is very cost-efficient to develop due to its near-flat topography. The soils are great for drainage due to their sandy nature, but have a high load-bearing capacity as the soils compact very well. The entire park has also been recently...
So this is basically saying like, yo, the ground is fertile here. All right.
master planned with clear environmental and historical reviews which are available electronically upon request. There are currently multiple 2 to 5 acre lots available adjacent to the airport runway. Large Lot 15, the premier site in the park, is partially cleared and has approximately 70 acres. The site can be accessed from each side by either a...
So when it said that it's partially cleared, they're talking about this part right here. So this is what would consider cleared land, right? And this is that big area parcel 15. This is the not cleared.
Aviation Parkway or Vineyard Drive. Large Lot 9 has approximately 32 acres with road and water and sewer access on 3 sides. Lots 4 through 8 can be configured to offer.
So when it's saying lots 4 through 8, this is this, right? But
Yeah.
remember, this is right next to all of my shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
4 through 8 can be configured to offer sites as small as 6 acres or as large as 40 acres.
I'm pausing it here. So this is what they're talking about. All of this right here is what he's talking about right now. But all of this right here that we're looking at right here, this is my cleared spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on it, like this is someone that one of my cousins just is renting this parcel out right here to somebody. So they put a house there, and this is basically like their crib. This is what they rented from my cousin. But
Mm-hmm.
outside of it, it's like this person can come out and what I mean, like grow on their own land or farm this land with us. But my cousin that owns this part, he owns this, the cleared part that's here, and then going back into the woods there, right? So my portion is down here, right, all the way at the end. So this is my cleared. So what you see all the way at the corner top, this is my cleared portion, and then I'm going all the way back here. But if you can see, like where my portion is, this is the like those buildings that you saw and the airport right over the runway is right over here. So if there was ever an issue, you know what I'm saying, like the emergency services, all I gotta do is just cut a road through here. You know what I'm saying? And emergency services can get right through here. But in order for
Yeah.
me to cut a road, I gotta purchase this. You know what I'm saying? Like they not gonna just let me just cut their shit up. But if I purchase, you know what I'm saying, like 2 acres right here, you know what I mean? Like now I got lines on this side of the road, that side of the road, and now I can walk right onto the airfield.
Yeah.
Lots 1.
So when it said like Mercer Mill Road, like this street right here is basically the street that I turn off of in order to actually get back to access, you know what I'm saying, my shit.
1, 2, and 3, as well as lots 17 and 18 are smaller lots available for light industrial or business commercial development.
Only like 2 minutes left.
Lot 16 is another premier site of 35 acres already cleared and available for industrial development. The Elizabethtown Industrial Park is home to a variety of industries. Industry types in the park include assembly, machining, logistics, robotics, food processing, and a call center. The park features many clean, newly developed facilities and is one of the neatest and most vibrant parks you will visit. The park also has a nonprofit real estate development corporation that will work with clients to construct built-to-suit industrial space. Water and sewer services are provided by the town of Elizabethtown. 3-phase power service is provided by 4 County Electric Membership Cooperative. High-speed internet services are offered by Star Communications and Time Warner Cable.
All right. So that's me just showing you what we got already. The that I'm talking to folks now about like, yo, let's talk about creating a susu. Like, I actually met with Derek at 7 o'clock this morning and got his permission to run a susu within the groups, uh, which was something that had happened a few years ago, and um, people did it all wrong, right? I believe they went in, they went about it. They had good intentions, but it's not something that if you don't know how to do it, run an organization, it can turn into a Ponzi scheme. And I guess the kind of the good thing about me having a prior criminal background job is I know how to do it the illegal way, like really good. But I know the thing to do to not make it illegal, you know what I'm saying, and how to actually roll the money into people's hands in the way that it's really done within the diaspora, within our community, within African communities, within Caribbean communities. You know what I'm saying? Like I know the way to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, bro, listen, like I get it. I understand what it is. This is what Derek was saying. He's like, I understand what it is, but I don't know how to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? But I know you know how to do it. Like I've seen you doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So by all means, you know what I mean, bring it to the group. But I'm not trying to bring it to everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring it to a select few. Let us do it, show that it works. You know what I'm saying? And then as more people come in, because there's about to be a whole bunch more people that's gonna come into the Grace Bible, into the mentorship. I mean, it's about to be a shit ton of people coming on board. If for no other reason, because Derek's interview with Nick Cannon is about to drop within the next couple of weeks. So I just want to make sure that we in position, you know what I mean, for when that onslaught of people come, that we're doing something, but that when those people come, we're here to grow and build with each other. But I want to make sure you got something that you can sell to people too, to make sure that you get money.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, again, I'm gonna shut up. Let me tell you what your thoughts is based on what you just saw, and then let's get to then tell me where do you see yourself fitting in to this puzzle? Because I and it's funny because everybody that I meet with, they keep saying like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Like, where do you see it? And I'm like, I can't tell you. Even as much as I know what I think I know or what I know about a person or where I feel like they would or could fit in, you can't never tell folks. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them come to it on their own. And then because like the answers is all within each of us. You know what I'm saying? And even if I
Yeah.
think I know the answer, I gotta let you arrive at it on your own. And then once you arrive at it on your own, it's yours. Now let's
Mm-hmm.
bust the play. So what do you think about what you just saw? Uh, and hopefully in connection with where, you know, you are at and with your family, you know what I'm saying, and what you want to do. And then where do you see yourself sitting and fitting in this whole thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so checking out the land out there in North Carolina was really cool. Like seeing, I like that map, basically seeing the clear area, the treed area. 1 second. Who is it? 1 second, Naya. Um, but yeah, I thought that was like, I like how you and your cousins, like basically like your whole line of family, kind of got that land together and basically kind of like doing like a little family area. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Naya
But
wants some attention, so we told Naya we gonna give a few more minutes, and then she you all hers.
for real, they trying to change their voice like they dad. So I'm like, how can they call him? But yeah, I feel like that was pretty dope because I don't know if you know, but we have land in North Carolina that was given to me through my grandmother. And so it was like her and her brothers and sisters all have land out there. So she was like, do something with my portion. So like how you're already growing and doing things like that, I felt like that was really neat because that's where we're setting ourselves up to be in that position to do so. Like right now we're in Tennessee, but I want to start cultivating that land and put a house and, like really nourish and do what I need to do that. So like it kind of just gave me like a us vibe when I saw that. So I was like, yeah, like that's definitely aligned because we want to do that there, but not only there, but I have 6 children. So, and not only 6 children, but I have a lot of family and I feel like we need to do it here and there and, multiple places, not just in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my mindset of the video I just saw. Like that's definitely dope and that's needed. Like with my nephews, basically their little cousins, like they need some stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so that
And
is
and the thing is, I'm telling everybody, like as we're doing it, detail it, chronicle it, journal it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what goes into your family Bible.
mm-hmm.
Process that you went through to get it. You know what I'm saying? The if the land is, if you had to do studies and all that stuff, put all that shit into the Bible. You know what I mean? And what I was explaining to folks is that the Bible that Derek gave us is just a workbook. That
Mm-hmm.
your actual one, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be paper, it's going to be digital documents, it's going to be stuff that I'm gonna show you how to take the digital thing and put it onto a flash drive, and that you're going to need to purchase solar powered solar powered chargers. So that way if the grid goes down, right? And there's no internet, that you have maps, you have the rules, you have the books, you have information on little flashcards that you just pop into your old cell phone. You can pop into a BlackBerry. As long as it got
Mm-hmm.
power, you know what I'm saying? And where do you get power from? If there's no power on the grid, you can pull this little thing out your book bag, set it up, you know what I mean, and get power to that cell phone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now, we don't need the internet because most of us, if I got to get from Philadelphia to Tennessee, right? And I'm in the car, I can get there, right? Because I know how interstates, highways, and everything go, right? But
Yeah.
most of us, you can't if you ain't got MapQuest or Waze or Google Map.
Hello, Google Maps.
Everybody lost. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, how do you pull out a paper map and open it up and read it? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm gonna show everybody how to do all of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As part of what we do. The So where do you see yourself fitting in? And let me just say this too, right? I had somebody that I did a one-on-one with. They were in Kansas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we did a one-on-one. And the skill that I have and what I know how to do, I can do this shit anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just that like I know it, so I can do it for Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? So with her, like I walked her through Kansas, and it just everything I did for her was free. Like I went and Googled, you know what I'm saying, her town. And from Googling her town with the Wikipedia, and showed her, okay, this is how I would start to get my footing on what it is. And then went to her city's website and just walked through the city website with her. It's like, okay, so look, they got grants out there for this. This is what the city's doing. You know what I mean? Look this up and just pull stuff out of the thing that's available for her already. She just ain't know it was there.
Yeah.
Then went to the land bank and then looked at the laws that they have there and then the city plans. And it's like, okay, this is how you want to now go find the money because it tells you in the plans like where to find the money at. We just ain't looking in the right places. So
Mm-hmm.
what you want to do in North Carolina, what you want to do in Tennessee, you know what I mean? Like I'm telling the smart futures folks, like, yo, fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? And it's not an overnight thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
between now and January, as I've explained to everybody, like this is the pilgrimage period. So people was asking me, well, I got into smart futures, but I didn't get a welcome email because we ain't got a welcome email made yet. You know what I'm saying? That is not the important thing for me right now. Like my welcome is see me in Sunday school. Talk to me in Telegram. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
can talk to me directly. That's your welcome. But in creating the structure and the blueprint, you know what I mean? Now when it comes January, February, first quarter of next year, that's when we start rolling it out. You know what I mean? When there's a bigger array of people. Because right now, the Telegram that we in is only 300 people.
Yeah.
But I've been in Telegram groups with Derek, you know what I'm saying, with thousands of motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was in one recently that man, it went from 0 people to almost 2,000 in 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
In 2 weeks. So what he do, he can get the people. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't got time to teach the motherfuckers. He like, yo, here go all my shit. You know what I'm saying? Go read it for yourself. And most of these niggas
Mm-hmm.
ain't read. But whereas with me, it's like you don't. It's too much shit for y'all to even know where to begin and start. So let me show you where to start. You can go read whatever you want, but make sure these is the you know what I'm saying the processes for, and it's different for everybody. You know what I mean? So your
Mm-hmm.
shit is I see you in doula and homeschool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And family lady. You know what I mean? You got some motherfuckers here who they into dogs. You know what I mean? They not talking a lot in the Telegram, but motherfuckers I want a dog kennel. It's like, okay, there's things in here for motherfuckers with that type of business. You just don't know where to go find it at and where to look through the man shit curriculum to find the shit that got about dogs. But I know where
Mm-hmm.
everything at because I've been around long enough. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Derek be laughing, you know what I'm saying? He like, man, I forgot I even made that. I'm like, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Go in your Dropbox, pull that out, and we need to put that on the table. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you got to get Naya is ready to whoop both of us, so I'm not gonna be a part of that. So I'm gonna just ask you, where do you see you fitting in? And you don't have to have an answer right now. Just roll title and think about it. But remember, I've seen your resume too.
Yeah. Yeah, so on my resume, I've done a lot of like since I grown up, I kind of like grew up in daycare, grew up in childcare. I was just telling my husband the other day, a little while ago, that like one of my passions, I feel like if I was set up in a position to do so, would be like a art teacher. Like I feel like that's my role. Even though I
Mhm.
homeschool, I do every curriculum now, but I really love seeing children kind of like have fun, get messy, and just let their creativity like explode. So that's like really one of my things is with the children, teaching them. And then like apart from children, I would say, because that's like the main thing on my resume is like health and wellness. I'm big on that. That's even why like I feel like I went so hard for my doula stuff and me going to school for medical assistant and things like that. Like I love for people to be healthy and to dance and to vibrate and be their best self in that in whatever version it is. But like, pump those fruits, pump those vibrations and stuff like that. So I don't know like what the title would be all the way, but I am a big health and wellness advocate and I'm a big children lover, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. It makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it makes total sense.
Yeah. And like
Um,
the what? Oh.
so I see it as a dual role.
Mm-hmm.
So the health. Oh, you know what? No. Um, um, I see it as an education department. Something. Um, I had to give it some thought, right? And we gotta
Mm-hmm.
we got to mull it back and forth. But the education department, it rolls in your homeschooling, It rolls in early education, the young people. It also
Mm-hmm.
rolls in your um, arts, your affinity for art, but also folks is homeschooling. They have to have a healthy eating curriculum. Not just a healthy eating curriculum, but a healthy eating program because these kids in your house every day, they're not going to school, so they got to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So the lunch program, the cafeteria. Now, the um thing that you're doing with plant-based, I get that you are doing creating a lot of things in the home. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing
Mm-hmm.
that you probably make your own soaps and just stuff, right? Or am I wrong?
I haven't did the soap, but
Okay,
I try to buy some good stuff. We
okay,
good in there though.
okay. So I see that as the lane for you because that's one a thing that you have a product. You have a product that one right now you got an ebook. I feel like your
Mm-hmm.
ebook is not so much a free product, but your ebook is like the introduction to you.
Yeah.
But with the ebook, if you were to go into the ebook and if you were to shoot a piece of video, right? And it's you making, if it's chapter 4, and you're saying that during this part of your pregnancy or your postpartum, that you should be eating this, right? If you took and made a video of you preparing that or cleaning the food, cleaning the fruits and vegetables with baking soda or vinegar or whatever it is that you know what I'm saying, how you prepare your stuff
Mm-hmm.
and put those a QR code to that video in there, it's in your ebook, but it's also something that is a front facing thing that you can send this video to people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, here's a
Mm-hmm.
snippet of a video, you know what I'm saying, from chapter 4 that's in my ebook. So you're not just getting the book, but it's a video that people will now be like, oh, damn. And now it's like, oh, but we sell these products too. You know what I'm saying? So you place your order and we can send you know what I'm saying, the a box. And in this box, these are the things that we use as detergents. You know what I'm saying? And now they're buying those things from you, either from your Amazon store, your Etsy store, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's you getting in, and now you ship out a product, but now people are still tapping in with you because they're like, oh, so she goes live, you know what I'm saying, in Instagram. She has a Zoom room where she's actually, you know what I'm saying, like making this thing. She's actually doing her art class, you know what I'm saying, on Tuesday afternoons. You know what I mean? So if other motherfuckers is homeschooling, when it's time for art class, you know what I'm saying, they don't have to do art class. They just put their kids in front of Zoom. But now, if you're telling them we're doing fingerprints, we're doing this, we're doing that, and they ordering that stuff, even if it's through an affiliate thing with you know what I'm saying? That now they
Mm-hmm.
ordering their supplies, you know what I'm saying, that they're going to do art class with. Now you got 15, 20 folks that's within our community on Zoom with you. Now you're teaching it, they kids in the house doing it, you know what I mean? And now it's, oh, that's Jai, that's my art teacher. So it's still them
Mm-hmm.
homeschooling, you know what I'm saying? It's just Jai's doing the art class. So now
Mm-hmm.
those same kids, if it's somebody here that's a great mathematician and they can teach math in an easy way. Like I just had to show somebody some shit with percentages, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, I ain't good with it. I'm like, no, shit, you is good with it. You just ain't never learned how to do it the right way. So turn your camera on. I'm turn my camera on. I'm gonna use my fingers and I'm gonna show you. And she was like, "Oh, come on, you're gonna use my yes, I'm gonna use my fingers. Like it's that simple." So when I got finished showing it, she was like, "Oh shit, like you can do it in your head now." I said, "Yeah, you just was never taught. You got taught from school the hard way. Like if you can count to 10 and you know multiples of 10, you can figure anything else out. And you can do the math in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't always have to come to an exact number. Just get a roundabout. You know what I'm saying? And when you need the exact, that's why God gave us calculators. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So So your role, your title, we gotta mold that one around.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my next question to you.
Okay.
Are you open to being on camera and or setting up, you know what I'm saying, like your kitchen space to like, all right, and I can show you how to do it with, multiple iPhones, multiple cameras, you know what I'm saying, multiple phones to be able to actually shoot the content of you preparing a dish or something.
Yeah,
And
I am.
you
I
is all
actually
right.
was doing that kind of in Florida before we left Florida, but I left my like ring camera, like my little stand setup that I had.
Uh,
It got left behind.
all
So
right, well,
I'll
that's
just have
easy.
to, huh?
Yeah, that's easy. That's just, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
ring camera,
But
go
yeah,
on
I could
Groupon.
definitely do that. I was just saying that again, like I need to start back doing that.
All right. So let's unpack that. Um, and the last thing that I saw for you was that one of the things that um is going to take place on my land, like we're actually creating a retreat. Um, and one thing is like I got a sister that's a doctor and her husband is a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And both of I think both of them is pediatric doctors. Um, but the one thing that I want folks to be able to come to my land, the part that's in the woods, not the part that's cleared. The part that's cleared is not good for farming for what I would want to do
Mm-hmm.
because it's stuff that's growing out of the soil right now. It's soybean and it's had pesticides, you know what I mean, for years. So that
Mm-hmm.
soil is, you know what I'm saying, is done. But we could put greenhouses and put things above and do, you know what I mean, planter boxes, you know what I'm saying, and grow shit out there. Now the
Mm-hmm.
beauty of it is that when we move the dirt or when we knock down the trees that's in the woods, all of those trees we can make the planter boxes out of the trees that we already have. When we move the dirt from this in the woods that has never been pesticides, we still have great soil back there that, you know what I mean, we just amend it and move it to the front. So we have all of the things, you know what I mean? We have all the things there that we need. We just gotta move some shit around. And that's just moving earth and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my cousins, we know how to do that shit. Like I'm a country nigga, but I'm just city bred. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a country nigga. You know what I mean? Like I know, I know country shit like nobody business.
Mm-hmm.
Um Now, one thing that we want to do is take the retreat and we're going to put a tattoo parlor in one of the homes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you like a tattoo parlor. Like, what you doing a tattoo parlor in the middle of there, right? But the thing is, if I get hurt in the hood, right,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't go to the hospital, I'm calling my sister husband, right? Or I know a couple people that's doctors. Yo, meet me at the vet as a veterinarian that's in my neighborhood. Like I know the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Meet me there and get this bullet out my ass. I can't go to the hospital. Meet me at the tattoo parlor because everything that's in a tattoo parlor is everything that you will find in a hospital operating, from the sterilization and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So if we're here and someone comes in and they're going for the last trimester of their pregnancy and they're eating off of the earth and living here at the retreat for 2 months, you know what I'm saying? And their doula and their midwives are sliding up, you're gonna have your baby here. All right, cool. Have the baby. But in the event of an emergency, we have an operating room right there. We call 911, the airfield is right there. Paramedics will be here in 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. It's not like you know what I mean? We got the highway right here. We get out here, get on the highway, boom, we got you to the hospital. So it's a perfect place to be able to do our thing. But if when we need society, we can still get to society and civilization. You know what I'm saying? And the town literally has everything. Not that I'm, I want Popeyes or KFC or Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Well, definitely want Walmart. I ain't shitting on them yet. But Hardee's, all of the big Baskin Robbins, all the things that people want from the inner city is here. Like
Mm-hmm.
is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like for the amount of population that's of this place, all of the big city features that's there in this small town. And
Mm-hmm.
these are the things that I want to show people how you look at where and why you want to buy land in certain places. Now, some folks, I want to get some shit in the middle of fucking Nevada. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna take you 80 miles. You gotta drive 80 miles just to get to our shit. Oh, that's what you want. That's what you want. But
Yeah.
for me and mine's right now, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for things in the rural South
Yeah, that
that
bring
still
convenience.
right. And if you want to, we could jump on a private jet and we can get to anywhere we want to. Or, you know what I'm saying, jump in the car at 3-4 hours. We in Florida. 3-4 hours, you know what I'm saying, 8-6 hours. We in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We can get anywhere we need to be from, you know what I'm saying, these locations.
Yeah, that makes sense, and that's a good way to look at it.
Hold on one
Cause
second, John. Hey,
okay,
yo, I'm in a meeting. Give me about 20 minutes. It's 3:45. Tell them I'll be there at 3:45. That's a half hour. All right, man. Thanks. Well, just stall them then. Shit. I don't know what to tell them. You know what I'm saying? If give them some water, I'll be there. Peace. Sorry.
no, you're fine.
What was
But
you saying? I'm sorry.
but yeah, I was saying like that's like a really good way to look at it because I never thought about it in that aspect. Because I was telling them like I would love to open up a have like a doula center, like a birthing house, basically like kind of like in nature,
Mm-hmm.
but just like a really nice, comfortable vibe for women to, let their hair down and just get comfortable in that birth giving mode.
Mm-hmm.
But when you were saying like just in case, like, because anything can happen, so you still want to be, I don't want to be 40 miles out to my next hospital or, stuff like that.
Right.
So like that is a really good perspective to have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So
that's
like
dope.
this shit is super planned out. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't, you know what I mean? Like we've been planning this shit for a second. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just at a point where it's like, all right, it's the perfect timing, you know what I mean? With me and Derek relationship, you know what I mean? What he want to do with the RVs and, and how he's shifting things, you know what I mean? And I can't speak for him. You know what I mean? That's definitely not what I'm about to do. But I know that, you know, like right now he undergoing some personal and life changes, you know what I'm saying? With just
Mm-hmm.
the way things have transpired, you know what I mean? Uh, 'Cause a lot of stuff I was saying to him, he like, hey yo, bro, you know what? Tell me about that thing you were talking about. I wasn't with it before, but man, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What's that? And I'm like, God, about time, nigga. Yeah, now let's talk. So it's a perfect storm.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it be.
All right. Um, so just get ready to I'm a uh um I'm gonna put together I'm gonna give some thought to what your role is. But you
Yeah.
give it some thought too. And once we have the role, I'm gonna ask you to create the job description and the title and salary. But let's get the
Mm-hmm.
title of it together first.
Okay, for
All right.
sure.
All right.
All right.
Anything else you need from me before we get out of here?
Um, no, I'm just thinking about my title.
All right,
Because I
cool.
know like I'm really good at just kind of like in my house, I'm like the puzzle piece fitter. I could kind of what people don't want to do, I do, or I'm really versatile in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes too much, or
Got you.
but yeah. So no, I just got some thinking to do.
All right, cool. And hopefully I'll see you at movie night tonight.
All right. Have a good
All right.
night. Have a good
All right,
day.
peace. All right, you
All
too.
right.
Peace.
Later.